Okay, a Western journalist reporter goes and interviews the leader of the Taliban in Afghanistan, the ministry. Watch the question she asked the Taliban, and we're going to show you the liberal secular hypocrisy in her questioning. Now, she basically asks, was the Taliban democratically or elected by the people? Have a look at her questioning.
And it will not materialize because this is a representative government of the people of Afghanistan.
I don't know how you can call it representative if you haven't had any elections. Are you planning elections?
Representative in the sense that the people of Afghanistan have chosen this government.
Well, they haven't chosen you. They haven't chosen you. They didn't choose the people the foreign troops who came, and they didn't choose you. They voted in elections which saw Hamid Karzai being elected and Ashraf Ghani being elected, but they haven't voted you in.
Those elections are very famous or infamous for a lot of things.
Do you think they're legitimate?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so are you going to have a legitimate election?
We are the government in power. We do not plan on holding elections anytime soon.
Ever?
Anytime soon.
So notice how desperate she is. She wants an election so people can vote against the Taliban and vote them out. See her biasness and enmity towards Sharia law and Islam. Now, here's a question. Did you notice how she said the people didn't choose your government? There was no election. But notice the reporter didn't go and interrogate Sisi of Egypt, who also wasn't democratically elected. He rather did a military coup and removed Sunni authority such as Mohammed Mursi, who was democratically elected. But this was forcefully removed for Sisi, who is more secular and liberal and in bed with Israel. And Western media accepted this as being morally justifiable. Where was democracy and election there? See, guys, when it comes to a forced secular liberal takeover, election doesn't matter. Election only matters when Sharia leadership wants to come to power. And we know that secular liberalists don't care about elections when it comes to secular liberal takeover. Take, for example, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He's been democratically elected for decades. And what happened is the Westerners prayed for a military coup. There was a military coup in 2016 which failed. The West were in awe. They were crying in tears that this was failed. They didn't care about democratic elections. They didn't care about that. They cared about a military coup, a takeover by force. They didn't care about a democratic election in Iraq. They bombed and invaded that country, forcefully removed Saddam Hussein, elected their own puppet to be voted, handpicked for them, who was then put into office. So spare me the utter nonsense about, the people of Afghanistan didn't really elect you, when you wouldn't even care if it was someone in liberal authority running the people of Afghanistan, even if he wasn't democratically elected. You don't care so long as the one in power is secular and is liberal and believes in your Western moral values. So stop giving me the utter nonsense that you really care about elections and what people want for the country. You don't give a damn what people want. If majority wanted Sharia and the Taliban, you would pray that there be a military coup to forcefully remove that leader so you can put another puppet dictator, secular-led liberal leader enforcing his rule of law to the people. You bunch of hypocrites.